A St. George man is charged with murder. A driver loses control during a St. George exit ramp rollover. And your daily weather forecast with highs, lows, and everything you need to know for the days ahead.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Monica McLaughlin. A St. George man has been arrested in connection with a fatal shooting last week in Colorado City, Arizona. Authorities say 27-year-old James Elroy Nielsen is accused of killing Travis Lee Cook, a man in his 50s who was found with multiple gunshot wounds and pronounced dead at the scene. Lieutenant Mark Gower with the Colorado City Hilldale Police Department said Nielsen was arrested hours later at a home in Hilldale after a SWAT team executed a search warrant. He is being held without bail on a second-degree murder charge as investigators work to identify other individuals who may have been involved. A driver walked away with minor injuries after rolling a red sedan off an I-15 exit ramp onto Southern Parkway Wednesday afternoon. For more on the crash and the ongoing investigation, here's Nick Fiala.
First responders were dispatched to the overpass where Southern Parkway crosses over Interstate 15 Wednesday afternoon after the southbound driver of a red sedan rolled off of an exit ramp. Utah Highway Patrol Trooper Glenn Dively described the incident.
A single vehicle attempted to take the exit 2 off-ramp southbound of I-15, lost control of the vehicle, went off the shoulder to the left, and the vehicle rolled approximately 2 to 4 times, according to witnesses. Medical came to the scene after it was called out. Medical cleared the scene without transporting anybody. Just some minor scrapes.
Despite the severe damage to the driver's vehicle, no serious injuries were reported.
Thanks, Nick. The U.S. House passed a resolution Tuesday to overturn a National Park Service rule restricting off-road vehicle use in parts of Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. Here's Maury Kessler for more on the debate over access and conservation at Orange Cliffs.
The U.S. House of Representatives passed a resolution on Tuesday to overturn a National Park Service rule that restricted off-road vehicle use on 24 miles of roads in Glen Canyon's Orange Cliffs area, including parts of the Poison Spring Loop and Flint Trail. The rule enacted in January as part of a settlement with conservation groups that aim to protect the ecology of the area near Canyonlands National Park. Utah Representative Celeste Malloy, who sponsored the resolution, argued it hurt rural counties' access and economies.
I've spent a lot of time on the ground in these areas with local elected officials who, for years, have tried to generate a better experience for visitors to the Orange Cliffs, and this goes in the wrong direction. Wayne and Garfield counties are counties that struggle in a state that otherwise thrives. Utah has a really strong economy, but these rural counties have really weak economies, and the reason the rural counties struggle is because the land, almost all of the land in their counties, is managed by the federal government. The federal government can make rules that restrict access to parts of their county over their objections.
Opponents, including Ranking House Natural Resources member Representative Jared Huffman of California, warned the resolution was reckless and undermined environmental protections. The measure now heads to the Senate for consideration.
Thanks, Maury. Let's take a look at your daily weather forecast, brought to you by Casablanca Resort and Casino. In St. George, it's currently 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, with tonight's low expected to drop to 55. Tomorrow will warm up nicely with a high near 86 and a low of 59. Over in Mesquite, it's sunny and 84 degrees this afternoon, cooling to about 62 overnight. Tomorrow's high will reach 91 with a low around 66. And up in Cedar City, it's currently 65 degrees and mostly sunny, dipping to 38 tonight. Tomorrow, expect a high near 71 and a low of 47. Region 9 teams are heading to the playoffs, and the brackets are now set. For more, here's Aaron Crane with your local sports update.
Thanks, Monica. It's playoff time for spring sports in Southern Utah. In 4A baseball, Crimson Cliffs is ranked number 2 and will host a best-of-3 Super Regional this weekend. Snow Canyon, Desert Hills, and Dixie also landed top 8 seeds, securing home field advantage. On the softball side, Snow Canyon snagged the number 3 seed, with Crimson Cliffs, Dixie, and Desert Hills all finishing in the top 10. And in boys volleyball, all Region 9 teams advanced to the state tournament, with Crimson Cliffs and Desert Hills leading the charge. The brackets are set, and the path for the state title starts now. Now back to you, Monica.
Thanks, Aaron. Now we'll head to Sheldon and Amy for your favorite weekend adventure guide.
That's right, so many great events happening this weekend over at the mall, the Reckless Mall. They have Movie at the Terrace.
If you're ready to see Jurassic Park again, come on, it's a classic.
It's the Lost World, Jurassic Park. Go see it. They've got a big dinosaur in the mall. You just gotta go to the Red Cliffs, honestly.
Speaking of movies, Moana 2's playing as well.
It's all part of Arbor Day right there in Santa Clara. They've got entertainment and food, and they're showing Moana 2. You gotta take the family out this weekend.
And if you're wondering why the traffic is crazy, the LGPA is happening.
The LPGA is happening. Some of the best women in golf, are gonna be here in town. So traffic's gonna be a little weird. Everybody's excited. You can see it on TV. You can see our town on TV. It's gonna be so beautiful, man.
It's gonna be great.
For a full list of events, see our TGIF listing on stgeorgenews.com.
Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to wewininjurylaw.com. I'm Monica McLaughlin with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.